Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another speed build. So with the new expansion pack growing together, I thought it'd be fun to build in the world and build something that you would kind of see in San Francisco, which that's where this pack is based out of, or like the world is based off of San Francisco. I've never been, so I don't really know, or I'm not familiar with the architectural style that's super popular over there. But I was digging around and I found this cute little Art Deco duplex. And I thought it just had so much character and it was just something that was really well preserved, like the style of it. And I wanted to create something that kind of nodded towards that. So I built this cute little apartment, but it's a standalone house. It's got 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So there's 1 master suite, and I built a nursery for that 2nd bedroom just because with the growing together pack, that's probably where most of the gameplay is going to be focused. I also noticed that in the inspiration photo that I found, this house had a garage to the side. So I wanted to include that as well. And I'm really making use of platforms here because I love building split level homes. And I just feel like it's a really nice way to utilize space and make it look a little bit more visually interesting on the inside. So that's why I went with the split level. So what I did with that is I just gave this building the tallest wall height so that I had a lot of room to play with, and that whenever you place windows, it doesn't look so weird. You can see I'm staggering them a little bit, but also from floor to floor, you don't really notice that much of a difference. It doesn't look too off, in my opinion. And I really wanted to make use of these new windows in the Growing Together pack, so I put that really large one in front. And then I tried to make the other smaller ones work, but they were very stylized and not Art Deco at all. They were more craftsman, which I love craftsman. And I've said in a million videos, I love craftsman style, but going with the Art Deco theme, I thought that the high school years pack was a great addition to that because high school years kind of introduced that Art Deco style. So I'm using, I guess, the most recent 2 expansion packs in this build. So that's another thing too, if you're looking at this build and you want to know like what styles you can create, I feel like these 2 packs go together super well. The only bad thing about using platforms is that if you are using a wallpaper with floor trim, or even like these tiled wallpapers that are like half and half, they don't really show the baseboard or like the bottom half super well. So I just went with wallpapers that I felt like the baseboard wasn't important. So that's why I went with like this gristle glue here in the kitchen. And I'm trying to keep like the color scheme in here kind of like a teal and light wood, but I also want to mix in some of that orangey wood, which is why I chose that for the floorboards. I just feel like orange and teal go really well together. So in using the most recent expansion packs, I didn't want to go crazy with the packs on this one, so that's why I kept it a limited pack build. I think I used maybe 4 or 5 packs in total, and in some of those packs I only used maybe 1 or 2 items. So the bulk of this build is going to be Growing Together and high school years. Now, something I want to change before I show you this build in game is I want to change the garage shape, because after watching through all this, I realized I don't think I've seen a single garage in my life that is this skinny, long shape with a door on the long side. It just doesn't make any sense. There would be no car in the world that could fit into a garage this size. That's just something that irked me a little bit, so I am going to change that before I jump in a game. And I think that'll also give us a chance to maybe open up this living room space a little bit more because it's pretty tight. I I just don't feel like it flows very well at this stage. I was happy with it whenever I finished it the other day, but looking at it now, it's so weird. It's like you can build something in game and look at it and be satisfied, but as soon as you see it played back to you, you realize there are so many little things that you could have changed, and that's what I'm gonna do before I show you guys. I was really struggling with the curtains here on this window, and that's one of the new windows from Growing Together. If you guys have a problem with that window too, with the curtain snapping, let me know because I felt like I was going crazy. Like, no curtains wanted to snap in the right place. It wanted to snap on the outside of the window for some reason. I don't know. So I wanted to include a few kids things for the house just because this is going to be a house for two parents, a single parent, or sorry, two parents or a single parent, and then their kid. So I wanted to make sure that this house had most of the things that you would need for family gameplay. So I just put the toy box and the unicorn out here. And I was really struggling with the rug here because I didn't want to make all the colors so matchy-matchy, you know, all green and teal. So that's why I incorporated some of that pink and purple in. I just felt like that was a nice addition to the space, and also some yellow as well. I think the yellow goes well with the teal. I did use items from Parenthood because I also feel like that's a great pack to use in tandem with Growing Together. They also have really lovely items like that TV remote and magazine holder. I think that's so realistic. That's something that I know that my mama had at her house. She had one of those. Also, the colors that they used in the high school years pack, I feel like go super well with everything in the Growing Together pack. The color schemes, or I guess the color swatches that they have in both packs, they're both very vibrant. Love that little mirrored side table. I noticed that there were a lot of cute little side tables, or those 3 cute side tables from this pack that are just so pretty. Very contemporary, but they also look kind of vintage as well. But also this plant, you know, it has the same exact shape that I was going for, that I wanted that side table to have with the plant on top of it. I just thought, why even mess with that and just get the planter itself? And I wanted to make this corner in here of the master bedroom. I wanted to make that like a little dressing corner, but I just couldn't quite figure out the configuration. So I swapped out that dresser, which I really like the new dresser in this new pack, but swapped it out with this longer one so that it took up more space. And I'm sure you've noticed a few times in this build here, the tricky thing with platforms is that once you get close to the edge on them, it's really hard to alt place something, and even regularly place something without the item sinking all the way down to like the ground level. I don't know, it's very interesting. I don't know why that happens, but if someone does, let me know. I spent a lot of time on this nursery just because a lot of the items for a nursery I feel like are so large. So you have to have a good amount of dedicated space to everything that you're putting in the nursery. Like the changing table and the crib, I guess, have the same footprint. So I wanted to make sure that they both had good access in the front of them. Which, you know, lent this room to me shoving all the big important items onto the walls. So then you have all this empty space in the middle, and I just wanted it to look a little natural in here. Like, a nursery when it's up and running, with your kid probably won't be like the most neat thing in the world. I love these decals too that came in this pack. The animals in the tree, I think, are so cute. And all the little items too. I love that little rope basket. And like, look at this cardboard thing with the bear. Isn't that adorable? Moving on to the bathroom. Very simple. I really like all the things that came with this pack. Or, I mean, the sink and the shower. That shower, I think, has to be my new favorite shower tub combo. It's so pretty. And I swapped out the wallpaper in here for the living room just because I felt like too much was going on. Also, the fact that this was a limited pack build, finding rugs I think was the hardest part about this all. Like rugs that would go with every single thing. But luckily we have the new rug that came with the pack, and I think it went well with the colors in the room. Oh yeah, I wanted to include that cloud light in here. It's just so cute. I think perfect for like a kid's room and a nursery. But see what I mean? This garage is way too small. There's no way a car could fit in here. And that just irks me because it's not realistic. So I just decided to put a few skill building things here in the garage because, they don't have a car. Also, this wall sconce from the new pack is really pretty. It's a little dim, but that's why I just kept the ceiling lights in there. Moving on to the roof, I just decided to do a platform on one side of the roof and then keep the garage side its regular height. Then I just added a platform trim to the top just to, I guess, make it look more Art Deco. I think at this point I'm about to switch out the windows because of that thing that I mentioned earlier. They're just very stylized and not very... They just don't fit the Art Deco theme, so I thought just these double hung windows were fine because they were essentially the same size, the same footprint. I'm really happy with the master bedroom. I love the green and gold together. So I didn't realize these base game candles were so pretty, so I had to include those in this room. Also, a thing I do whenever I'm trying to adjust the lighting in a place is I like to just stack those ceiling lights together, just so they're a bit brighter. Also, I really wanted to include that ceiling fan in there, but I didn't realize that the only base game ceiling fan we have is that Plumb Bob one. So I spent a good deal of time on the landscaping out here. I just wanted to make like a really pretty path that, that's why I made like the second part of the path so much bigger so that a car could fit on it. I might include one whenever I do change out the garage before I show you the build and game. But yeah, I wanted to spend a good bit of time on the landscaping here because I feel like this is a pretty small lot. It wouldn't take me too long. And here I am just repeating the same foliage over and over again. And I wanted the yard to be big enough to hold the tree house. So in a second here, I scooch the house a little bit more to the right just to give more room for that tree house. Oh, and I swapped out that door too, that debug door, for this industrial loft door, because that looks like a garage door in my mind. Another good trick for making garage doors is using like the siding on just one part of the wall, putting columns on either side, and then putting like those light box windows on top. It works really well if you have a shorter wall height, but because I had such a tall wall height, it would just look so ridiculous. I tried it. It looks so ridiculous having this really tall garage door. It just didn't make any sense. So that's why I was struggling so much with finding like a good garage door solution. Also, I really wanted to include that swing set that came with this pack, but then I remembered that it was an early purchase, or I guess, I don't know what they call it. But it's like essentially like for buying the pack when it comes out. And then you can also get that item until I think April 27th, but it's just incentive to get you to buy the pack early, which I think is so dumb. But because I had it in my game, I was like, oh yeah, I'll put this in the yard. And then I realized it's one of those early purchase bonuses. So if you don't buy the pack by April 27th, then you just don't have it and it's gone forever. Isn't that so stupid? But that's why I didn't include it. But again, I think it's so unfair. And I'm just finishing out the yard here with like a nice barbecue area with lots of shade with that umbrella, and then also the tree in the front. And I can't forget the bins because I always forget the bins. So that's why I came back inside to put that in there. And I think I put orange terracotta tile in the front here. Yeah, I really like the contrast of those colors. But yeah, I will jump in game in just a sec after I fix the garage and show you guys what it looks like. All right, y'all, here we are in game and I have made a few adjustments. So first of all, I moved the lot again to the right a little bit just because I needed that room if I was going to make the garage bigger, which I did. You can tell that I made it, I guess like another tile bigger. I didn't put the car in the garage, but I wanted to include the car on the lot. So you could imagine that this fits in here. I know it doesn't, but this is a more suitable size for a garage, I feel like. I just feel like this car is probably really big. Anyway, so let's take a tour of the house. It does look quite large from the outside, but that's okay because I know that there's lots of space on the inside. So going here to the front, lovely front yard, side yard, entrance here with the mailbox. And then we go inside, let me zoom out, and you have this big, wide open floor plan. So with the reconfiguration of the garage, the living room looks a little different now. but you still have this really nice seating area. And honestly, I feel like it flows a lot better now just because it's one big square. And you have this lovely view out here if you decide not to watch TV or if you want to get rid of that as well. Yeah, you have a lovely view. And just look at this. You can see everything here in this central area. Little workspace here with a creativity table. And then the kitchen here. Kind of small, but that's okay. But I love the color scheme in here. I love these big open windows from the front as well. You get that nice view in here too. And these little stools from high school years go really well in here. Oops. And then we go to the main bathroom. So yeah, just toilet, sink, mirror, and the shower. Like I said, I love this shower. Very nice. All the colors go really well together. And this is base game. The towel rack, I didn't know that they had nice colors in that too. So it was nice to utilize something base game. And then we go upstairs. And you have this little landing here. To the front is the master bedroom. Wow, okay. I said I was happy with the way this turned out, but like, this is way better in game. It's so pretty. And then you have this nice dressing area over here with a beautiful view outside here as well. Then you also have windows out back as well. Oh, this is not centered. That's fine. I'm not crazy about centering things. And then you go out again and onto this side. This is the nursery. And the nursery also has a nice view of the back here. Yeah. And the teal color in here carries through with some more pink. I love this little piggy play mat. How cute. There's a lamp on top of that shelf here. I wanted to put as many baby items as possible in this room. And then a potty for whenever the kid grows up. And then you have a little towel rack on the wall. I don't know, maybe to like wipe your hands while you're changing your kid. I don't know. But I did include the bin onto the changing table in this room as well. This little sheep seat, so cute. Very, very cute in here. I love the yellow on the wall too. And then if we go back down, let's go into the garage, shall we? Woo! Super speed. Okay. So yeah, it's essentially the same, but there's just a little bit more room. So if you wanted to add different skill building items that maybe take up more space or more skill building items, you have space for that now. And I really love this concrete texture. I feel like it's really realistic. I think it's just another slab of concrete. That's what it's called. But then I also, yeah, kept the skylight. I was about to say, like, where did it go? So yeah, the skylight here in the garage, I think that's really cool. And then you go out the garage door, back to the yard. And this is where I've put the bin in here. And you see the barbecue area out to the left here. And then a tree house. So whenever your kid grows up, you can build a tree house for them. I also decided to put the monkey bars out back here. But yeah, that is essentially it. So I've never tried to do an Art Deco build in this game before, but I like how this turned out, and it kind of does stick out like a sore thumb with all of these houses because these are very much so craftsman. But that's okay. You can put this on any lot in the world. Actually, let me see really quick. I think in this neighborhood, what it says Gilbert Gardens, I think this would probably fit in a little bit more, or even in this area. Oh, wait. No, I was thinking of this area, the Anchor Point Wharf. I guess this is more of like the downtown. Yeah, the more downtown area. This would definitely fit in a little bit better. And 30 by 20, 20 by... Yeah, okay, so this is the same size lot. So you could easily pick this up and move it over here. But I think that that would fit in the world pretty well. So I just want to see where we are budget-wise, and we're at 43,000 simoleons, which is fine. This is not really a starter home, but that's okay. If you're anything like me, I just put free real estate on like all the time. And the packs that I used were growing together, high school years, get together, get to work, dream home decorator, parenthood, tiny living, laundry day, and the industrial loft kit. But I'm going to, yeah. I would say the majority of things that I used are from growing together, high school years. I don't think get together. There's like 3 things. Dream home decorator is like the entire kitchen, and parenthood. Those are the 4 most important packs that I used for this build. Everything else, maybe like 2 or 3 items from each pack. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, just leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you haven't already, just so you know whenever I put another video up, and I hope I see you guys in the next build. All right, bye!